The U.S. Olympic Committee says it may now review Tonya Harding's eligibility now that the Figure Skating Association has called for a disciplinary hearing. And the U.S. says a military response can't be ruled out after the worst mortar attack ever in Sarajevo. This is the CBS Evening News. And this is Bob Schieffer reporting. Good evening. Major developments on two stories today. The latest on the Tonya Harding story that has generated so much interest in this country is that the U.S. Figure Skating Association has now ordered her to face a disciplinary hearing, and the U.S. Olympic Committee says it may hold its own session in the next 2 weeks to determine whether she'll remain on the team. The story overseas in Bosnia, perhaps the worst day yet. More than 60 dead and 200 wounded now in the latest attack. We're going to start in Colorado Springs, where Vicki Mabry has the news on the skating story. Vicki?
Bob, it's a tough day for Tonya Harding. First, the bad news from the U.S. Figure Skating Association, whose special panel met for more than 8 hours over the course of 2 days and then reached its verdict today.
After reviewing the evidence, the United States Figure Skating Association hearing panel unanimously determines that reasonable grounds exist to pursue disciplinary proceedings against Tonya Harding.
The five-member panel relied on affidavits, FBI reports, and the findings of a Portland lawyer appointed to investigate the allegations for the panel. The committee issued a statement of charges against Tonya Harding and the attack on skating rival Nancy Kerrigan.
This whole investigation has been very painful for all of us.
The statement of charges finds there are reasonable grounds to believe that Harding committed an act or was involved in a plan to injure Nancy Kerrigan, or knew about a plan but either failed to oppose it, report it, or made false statements about her knowledge concerning it. Harding has 30 days to respond to the panel's charges, which means she could skate in the Olympics and then face the disciplinary hearing.
The question is, why aren't we doing something before the Olympics? Because it is not in the articles, it's not in the bylaws of the United States Figure Skating Association.
The panel's findings go now to the U.S. Olympic Committee, which notified Harding today that its administrative board may convene in Norway in 2 weeks to consider her status.
I certainly do not believe that the United States Olympic Committee is waffling on any issue and is prepared to consider all the issues involved and to take any action that might be appropriate.
Meanwhile, the Figure Skating Association's investigator left for Portland this afternoon. He says he will begin preparing for the disciplinary hearing to take place in up to 30 days. The bottom line is, will Tonya Harding skate in Norway? The burden on that now shifts to the USOC in Lillehammer. Even if she does skate, she will still come home, Bob, to face a whole raft of problems.
Well, let's suppose, Vicki, that the U.S. Olympic Committee decides that she should be taken off the team. What would she do then?
It is very likely that she and her lawyers would file an injunction. The International Olympic Committee could then overrule and say, we are not governed by United States law. We can remove her from the team, but the International Olympic Committee officials said today they will likely abide by whatever the United States Olympic Committee decides to do.
All right, thank you, Vicki. Just a little while ago, we reached the president of the U.S. Figure Skating Association, Claire Ferguson. She's in Florida, and we asked her if she were afraid that today's decision by her group would open the group to charges that they'd simply pass the buck.
In fact, there are people that wish that maybe we had done something stronger, but I think in fairness to the skater involved, all the skaters involved, that due process must be carried through, even though there are some rules, and I understand that the Olympic Committee, to skate in the Olympics is a privilege.
Mm-hmm. Do you agree with the Olympic decisions, the Olympic Committee's decision to hold a hearing? They're now saying perhaps 2 weeks before the Olympics. Do you think
Yes.
that's a good thing? You think they should
Yes.
wait till afterward?
No, I think they should follow